City of Milan. They won the derby earlier on in the season to end a sequence of 4 straight losses in the Derby della Madonnina. Expectation high this evening for Stefano Pioli's Rossoneri. The top 2 in Serie A, and finally, after a decade in the doldrums, Milan is once again at the summit of the Italian game. But the league can wait for now. Tonight, it's winner-take-all at San Siro as Inter meet Milan for a place in the last 4 of the Coppa Italia. We could go the distance tonight. These two sides with scares against Fiorentina and Torino, respectively, in the round of 16, but they made it this far. And the Derby della Madonnina is set up beautifully here. Antonio Conte makes 4 changes from Saturday's insipid draw in Udine. Kolarov starts ahead of Bastoni, while it's all changed down the flanks where Perisic and Darmian get the nod. Hakimi and Young drop to the bench, as does Lautaro Martinez. Alexis Sanchez is the man who partners Inter's top scorer, Romelu Lukaku. Alessio Romagnoli missed the Atalanta game through suspension. He's back to skipper Rossoneri this evening. Samir Handanovic has played every minute this season for Inter. You sense it could be a busy night for him, particularly if Ibrahimovic is on form. 5 alterations for the Rossoneri. Tatarusanu starts in goal with Donnarumma suspended. Romagnoli and Salamakas return from their league bans to replace Kalulu and the injured Tonali. Dalot for Calabria and Brahim Diaz for Castillejo are the other new faces. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, meanwhile, has never won this competition. Stefano Pioli has won plenty of plaudits for the job he's doing at the Rossoneri helm. But now, just a few question marks after a couple of defeats in the early part of 2021. The doubts have never quite been dispelled about Antonio Conte's suitability at Inter. That past association with the Juventus certainly didn't help his cause. Silverware, surely the only way to win over the Nerazzurri fan base. What an occasion. A cup quarter-final. Cross-city rivals. A great stage at San Siro. We're up and running at La Scala del Calcio. It's Inter against Milan for a place in the semi-finals. And immediately, Kolarov showcasing that ability to hit the driven ball. We saw that very early on in Inter's win against Benevento right at the start of the season. Kolarov's had to be patient. Alessandro Bastoni has made that left centre-back role his own. Here's Barella, who played such a big part in Inter making it through to this stage. They were headed for penalties at the Franchi against Fiorentina until Barella picked out substitute Romelu Lukaku's head. And in the penultimate minute of extra time, Inter found a way. As for Milan, they only just hauled themselves across the line, thanks in a large part to their goalkeeper tonight, Ciprian Tatarusanu, saving a penalty from Torino's Thomas Rincon. Milan converted all 5 from 12 yards. And so both sides know that this could go the distance. Brahim Diaz, clever take from him. Here's Rafael Leao. And now Theo Hernandez. Rafael Leao! Handanovic was struggling to get across. Milan threatening early on here. Lovely football from the Rossoneri. They shifted it quickly. Rafael Leao involved right at the start of the move. And as he collected that flick, Handanovic was scrabbling across there. He does have a goal on his CV against Juventus, Rafael Leao, but he tends to thrive against Serie A's lesser lights. Lukaku. Away goes Darmian. Romagnoli will have his hands full this evening. There can be few more difficult tasks than keeping tabs on Romelu Lukaku. Alexis Sanchez under pressure from Meite, who was penalised there. The new signing. Meite was actually still a Torino player when these sides met in the last round, but he wasn't involved in Milan-Torino either in Serie A nor in the Coppa Italia, left out for footballing reasons by then head coach Marco Giampaolo, because his attention really had been grabbed by the potential move to the Rossoneri, which then came to pass. The last time these two sides met in the Coppa Italia, incidentally, was a couple of days after Christmas in 2017. It went to extra time on that particular occasion. A winner from Patrick Cutrone. Perisic wandering forward. Up against Diogo Dalot. Still Ivan Perisic. Bravo! And Kier did really well because Lukaku was all set to apply the finish. Lukaku's initial ball to spread it to Perisic. Diogo Dalot didn't do enough. And but for the Dane, Inter might have opened the scoring there. Taken short to Alexis Sanchez. Now Brozovic can deliver. In it comes, Lukaku's header. Nearly broke for Alexis Sanchez. Ibrahimovic took a chance, but eventually completed the clearance. Slightly new look, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Certainly didn't pull any punches with his post-match comments after Milan's disappointing loss to Atalanta here on Saturday evening. They were brushed aside by Ladea, 3-0. Ibrahimovic bemoaned just how isolated he was. De Vrij. Out by Kier. This is Kessier, who's the only Milan player that would miss the first leg of the semi-final. Were he to pick up a yellow card tonight, Inter, believe it or not, have 7 players are booking away from suspension. Not all of those involved from the start. Theo Hernandez, such a key attacking threat for the Rossoneri. It's the challenge of Meite, and releases Darmian. This is lovely football. Inter win a corner from one end to another. Really impressive the way they kept the ball there and kept probing. Inter tempted by the short. Inter tempted by the short option again. But this time it comes straight Romagnoli. Theo Hernandez. Kessié releases Diogo Dalot. Ibrahimovic the target. Instead it's towards Leão. Nothing doing in the view of the referee, Paolo Valeri. Meite, riding the challenge of Vidal. Salamakers. It's found a cross, but it's too close to Samir Handanovic. Barella. Inter's back three have been really impressive, particularly in recent times. They went on an 8-game winning run in Serie A, either side of Christmas, which came crashing to a halt at Sampdoria. That game on Epiphany. But certainly Bastoni, De Vrij and Skriniar, a big part of the Nerazzurri's impressive run. Kolarov has a point to prove tonight, perhaps. Vidal nearly turned into trouble. His form has picked up. Vidal scored the penalty at Fiorentina to give Inter the lead. They were eventually pegged back, though, by Christian Kwame. Milan yet to concede in this season's competition. A reminder that last season's top 8 from Serie A are seeded for the round of 16. Barella not happy. He thought he was fouled. Stefano Pioli was certainly more talkative than his opposite number yesterday. These days, it's tradition that there's no press conference in the build-up to a Coppa Italia match, not until the latter stages at least. But whereas Pioli spoke to the in-house channel for the best part of 4 minutes, Conte gave a 20-second answer. Barella's ball in. Straight up in the air by Diogo Dalot, out by Meite. That's Brozovic, Vidal. Clever turn from Alexis Sanchez. Decided against the shot. Darmian took his eye off the ball. Nicolo Barella. Alexis Sanchez told to take on Meite. Dropped kindly for Darmian, well in by Franck Kessié. He's done brilliantly. Skriniar adjudged to have just impeded Kessié's progress there. What a player he's become over the last few seasons since signing from Atalanta. Kessié, ice cool from 12 yards, but does so much in terms of the way Milan play. Instrumental to their current successful season, but they've achieved nothing yet in real terms. Theo Hernandez nearly dropped for the Frenchman again.